Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very late night, Friday night, Young at Heart, featuring nursery rhymes, stories, songs, poems, Mother Goose, Aesop's fables, Lewis Carroll, limericks, larks, stories of the great operas, epic poems, and such, to keep us all young at heart. This is such a late night, Friday night, that it's actually Saturday morning, because I've been in with a cold, and I forgot this night was Friday, until, being so bold and unable to sleep, I looked at the hour and recognized that Saturday was here, which meant that, of course, Friday had gone. But I decided to record this nonetheless. Some of you may be up very late, and others are asleep. So you will watch this sometime over the weekend, which is also quite fine. We're continuing with the great epic Sir Gawain and the Green Knight by an anonymous author, but in a brilliant translation, I should think, by Simon Armitage. I highly recommend it to you. So if you haven't followed so far, tune in for last week on Facebook or YouTube on my Young at Heart channel. And now we'll pick up with part 2, or the second little pericope of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. It happens, the main part of the story occurs during Christmas time. Starts on Christmas Day for a fortnight of revelry and a day. And so we get to hear about Christmas in Camelot. And these 2 pages would be perfect to be read Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, 12th night, New Year's, anytime. You're going to like it, I can assure you. So here we go. It was Christmas at Camelot, King Arthur's court, where the great and the good of the land had gathered, all the righteous lords of the ranks of the Round Table, quite properly carousing and reveling in pleasure. Time after time, in tournaments of joust, they had lunged at each other with levelled lances, then returned to the castle to carry on their carolling. For the feasting lasted a full fortnight and a day, with more food and drink than a fellow could dream of. The hubbub of their humour was heavenly to hear, pleasant dialogue by day, and dancing after dusk. So the house and its hall were lit with happiness, and lords and ladies were luminous with joy. Such a coming together of the gracious and the glad, the most chivalrous and courteous knights known to Christendom, the most wonderful women to have walked in the world, the handsomest king to be crowned at court. Fine folk with their futures before them, there in that hall, their highly honored king was happiest of all. No nobler knights had come within a castle's wall. With New Year so young, it yawned and stretched. Helpings were doubled on the dais that day. And as king and company were coming to the hall, the choir in the chapel fell suddenly quiet. Then a chorus erupted from the courtiers and clerks. "Noel!" they cheered. Then "Noel! Noel!" "New Year's gifts!" the knights cried next, as they pressed forwards to offer their presents, teasing with frivolous favors and forfeits, till those ladies who lost couldn't help but laugh, and the undefeated were far from forlorn. Their merry-making rolled on in this manner until meal-time, when, washed and worthy, they went to the table, and were seated in order of honor, as was apt, with Guinevere in their gathering, gloriously framed at her place on the platform, pricelessly curtained by silk to each side, and canopied across with French weave and fine tapestry from the far east, studded with stones and stunning gems, pearls beyond pocket, pearls beyond purchase or price, but not one stone outshone the quartz of the Queen's eyes. With hand on heart, no one could argue otherwise. And there you have it, a very fine description of a marvelous feast and ball and Christmastide revelry in such powerful, beautiful English language. So I was very happy to share this with you, even though it's Saturday, August 28th, but in honor of Friday night, August 27th. I hope you're well. I hope you don't catch this little cold that's going around. I did get tested for COVID, thankfully negative. But a cold nonetheless, even though I wear my mask when I'm out. Go figure, and I hate colds. But be that as it may, Christmas at Camelot has brought me some new energy late at night. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful weekend. Whenever you watch this, revel, make merry, for Christmas is coming soon. And as the days go so fast, probably sooner than we think. God bless everyone. Have a good night.